Let's go. Hi, my name's Shubon and welcome to an episode of Shubes for the Tottenham Supplement. I am delighted to have my buddy Chris Crisandro, gaffer of the Tottenham Hotspur Supplement, and like I said, hopefully we'll go from there. So Chris, obviously wasn't the result we were hoping for, but in my opinion I think it was the result we deserved. Your thoughts, sir?
Well, not just the result that we weren't hoping for, more the performance as well that we weren't hoping for. The fact that I guess we haven't really played that well in the games leading up to this is kind of a sign, but at the same time, one would have thought that coming off the back of 3 straight wins, not playing so well, but picking 5 points at a time, and one would think that we would play with that kind of ferve and that kind of just the feeling of being invincible, as it were, but we just look vulnerable throughout. And even today, we just look so slow. There's only a couple of standout players, really, and we just literally did not create anything with the ball that we had. I suppose credit to Watford for doing what they did and doing the homework on us. But at the same time, we made it easy for them to do what they did to us, and that's been a kind of goal for me, really, because we did not impress our own game on them at all. We were poor in all departments, and I can't really say if it was down to the formation change or if it was down to the personnel or what, but we just didn't look like we didn't look like we could even create a chance. So it was kind of a weird notion. Weird bit that we actually went the goal up in the first place, because we didn't really create anything between ourselves. That was no goal.
Yeah.
But, just throughout, we just didn't look like the Spurs that we know, if you know what I mean. And that's been the kind of really.
Yeah, for me, I think there were 2 choices tactically. Anyone can play Sunday evening quarterback, but for me, one thing I've noticed about Davinson Sanchez, if you've got the kind of like that short, stocky striker that can really get in your face, he struggled. Rondon last year, Mitrovic in the second half against Fulham, and today against Tridini. For some reason, they seem to be his kryptonite. And I think that was something, because you saw, I mean, literally, they both went for it, and literally, he just literally barged into Davinson Sanchez. They both went for it. Bam! Sanchez is on the floor, and he's able to get. I think he was able to get a cross in, and yeah, I mean, Toby Alderweireld almost scored an own goal from that. But you could just see that Tridini had Sanchez's number. I mean, no disrespect to me. Look, he's done this to some of the Arsenal lads. He's done it to. Sorry about this. He's done this to. What shall I call it? Some of the lads from. Chelsea last season, to the Arsenal defenders. So yeah, he's got form for this. My personal feeling would have been, I think someone like Eric Dyer, like I said, against Chelsea a couple of years ago when they had Costa playing for them, and he was playing as part of the back 3. Costa literally barged him in the shoulder, and then literally Eric Dyer just turns around and just has no idea what happened, and then he starts playing with his ear, and and then Costa starts playing with Dyer's ear, and he's even more clueless. And it's just, but I think he's what I like to think he's better at dealing with forwards that like to shithouse you, you know, that aggressive kind of striker. And the other thing was, I think with Dembele, I think Dembele, we saw against Man United, that first half it wasn't great, but as soon as they moved his position from the base of that midfield slightly higher up, he was a bit better. I mean, I don't know why we put him back in that base of that midfield. He's not a defensive midfielder. He's a box-to-box player. He's a link player. And I just think, I can understand why, because you want to play aggressive. You want someone that can progress the ball going forward. For me, that would have been Winks. But I don't think, was Winks ready? He's obviously been out for a fair while. Physically, Decore and Capu are absolutely huge. I mean, I don't know what they're 6'2", 6'3", both of them. Huge guys. So I just think personnel wise, I think, look, we were all screaming the Poch's name on was it Monday night, and we're praising him to the high heavens. And like I said, I don't. But even he said, look, first half we weren't that great against Man United. We weren't great, and we need to shape up. And second half, in the second half we did improve, and Man United didn't have an answer. And I think in this particular game, when you looked at our bench, Lamella's injured, Sonny is in Indonesia still, or he's back in South Korea, wherever, because of the Asian Games yesterday. And I think we didn't have someone. You look at that bench, and you think, yeah, I mean, Llorente, yes, he is a World Cup winner, but he's the same way. He's a World Cup winner the same way Paul Walsh won the European Cup. He was on the team, but I wouldn't say Paul Walsh was a decisive member of that Liverpool team. And I don't think Llorente was like a huge member of the Spain team. He was there, they got through, and I just felt that combination was just like a perfect storm, really. We weren't really fully at the races. Watford were being written off. It was going to be us getting maximum points, fighting out with Liverpool and Chelsea. And I think Watford, I would give them a lot of credit. They had the bit between their teeth, and I think they really turned up. And I think maybe because Elton John was there, and they really wanted to put a show on for it. Oh, they really wanted to put a show. Sorry about that. That's an edit. I really wanted to put on a show for that. It's all happening today. We've had so many technical glitches. It's just been ridiculous. It's been one of those days, hasn't it? But like I said, it's
this is part 2 of this attempted video. That first time failed because it didn't record properly. This is we're having a lot of fun today.
We're having a lot of fun. We've had the Islamic Azan going through. We've had my phone pinging every 5 minutes with messages, people sending bloody messages. So yeah. But like I said, no, I'm a fan, blood fan. No, like I said, I just think we made some odd decisions, personnel choices that, in hindsight, I think, I would have done things a bit slightly differently. That's my only thing there. Say again, sorry?
Eric Dyer injured for today's game because
I don't think he was injured. I just think they wanted to give Sanchez. They just thought that Sanchez is a centre half. Dyer fills in at centre half, and I don't think they took advantage of the fact that he is quite versatile. And I think playing in that 4-2-3-1, 3-5-2 kind of thing takes advantage of Dyer's flexibility that he can always drop in.
Because I think I echo what you said earlier. Well, kind of said earlier. Dyer would have been perfect in that position because. Especially in the middle of midfield, because just leaving Dembele there, really, it's kind of left us a little bit too open. I know the idea was just so like there was somebody there who could put a foot on the ball and pass it square and whatnot. But at the same time, we needed someone to actually stop those kind of runs going forward. Dyer can do that a lot better than Dembele can. Well, Dembele can do that, but it takes away from his game. That's what we're asking him to do. We're just going to left ourselves kind of short there, and that's probably why a lot of times we couldn't really get things clicking, really. That's why I guess we kind of look flat going forward.
Well,
I took something away from Dembele's game, really, and where Dyer sitting there just doing what he does, passing to Dembele, will probably have got us going forward. But
yeah, or I think it's a perfect storm. I think like someone like Wanyama would have been perfect in there. Someone just physically very, very strong. Can hold the ball, and it would have been real strong. That doesn't do that much. Just move it forward very simply. For someone physically strong enough. I don't think Dembele. I don't know. He just didn't look that. I think we've been so lucky. Like we saw Dembele against Juventus, and he was just powerful and dominant. And then there are sometimes games when he just can't do it. And I think starting him. What was it? This was his second game we started him. In a week, and I just don't think Dembele's got the legs for it. I think you can bring him on for half an hour, but asking him to complete 2 sets of 90 minutes, I just don't think it's possible for him anymore, personally.
I guess I suppose that's why he's been rested in most games. He only plays like one every 2 or 3 games now, doesn't he? Usually on the bench. He's been a good servant, but I think at the age of 32, 33, I guess games are being picked for him as a way, as opposed to him being waiting for every single match that's available. I think it's going to be more of a luxury thing now for Dembele. I think we probably would need a fit like Yama whenever he's fit again. He'll be a natural replacement, I think.
Well, Yama or Winks. I mean, hopefully, like I said, we've got. Do you know what? Do you know what, Chris? This may be controversial, but I don't care. I'm going to be controversial. I'm blaming the lasagna. I'm sure someone put some lasagna in their food. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sorry. I'm sure. There's someone put some. No. I just think we just didn't. I think maybe sometimes you can believe your own hype because everyone was talking about Man United. Man United was shit. Man United was shit. Nobody was talking about Tottenham were good, and we all knew how good we were in that second half. And I think we've not been great in, say, controlling games. I mean, like first half against Fulham. If Lucas had even finished either of those two early chances, we're 2-0 up. I don't see Fulham get back into this game. But we don't convert our chances. Very much the way Man United didn't convert their chances against us. Fulham find a way back in, and we're very lucky that Trippier puts in an absolute peach of a free kick. And again, we're very lucky that we put us in a peach of a cross. And Phil Jones proves what a wonderful defender he's never going to become. But I just think we have been lucky, and I think we've ridden our luck. Not in a bad way. I think you have to go out there. Hopefully, things crosses find their way, pockets open up, opponents make mistakes. You're able to capitalise on their mistakes because footballers are human. They will make mistakes, and I think what annoys me is there are two set pieces, and they're not. I wouldn't call them like Trippier or Beckham crosses. These are just good crosses. But for some reason, Trippier and Cathcart are able to avoid escape their markers, and that's something I'm sure Pochettino's. Well, it's good. Luckily for the lads, they didn't have lasagna tonight because they're probably jetting off straight away. Because Poch will be absolutely livid with them tomorrow if they were there.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, even during the game, I kind of watched Pochettino on the bench, and he just looked so. What's the word? Not like he was out of ideas. Looked so on a dump truck or just ejected. Really, looking like himself.
Yeah.
He didn't look fresh himself. So I'm kind of wondering what's going on, really.
Well, I'm hoping like going forward. I mean, obviously, we're these 2 weeks away. When Yama hopefully will have some practice games and get some fitness into his legs. Same for Winks. Lamella will hopefully come fit. Sonny will hopefully be back in a few days. Obviously, he's played some. I think he's played 4 games in about a week or something, or some ridiculous amount of games. I don't know how many games he's played. The group games, semi-final, quarter-final, final. So he's played about 6 games in 2 weeks. So I'm guessing they'll give him a week off, and then he'll have another week just to come back to match fitness a little bit. And hopefully that works out. Plus, obviously, part of the deal was that he can go to the Asian Games, but no, you can't have him for certain tournaments, certain friendlies. You can't have him for those. So I'm hoping that his sacrifice. I'm not saying that we would have got a point out of the game or would have won the game. But when you're looking at that bench and Llorente is the only person you can come on that can make a difference, I mean, people say, look, I mean, there's a very good link I saw. I was reading this thing on the set piece menu. They're talking about transfer windows and how it's much more a British thing. The idea that it's very much transfers because they're glamorous, they're sexy, blah 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 blah. But in some respects, and you take it to you can see. I hope you guys want to listen to the actual discussion piece. But essentially, that was the things that. Well, do you know what? What if our players aren't all fit? What if our players? Yes, when all our players are fit, yeah, we do well. And we have a fantastic squad to pick through. But guess what? Sometimes we don't. We lack a bit of depth. The Melo, obviously, look, Sonny being away on international duty, that was a bit of an aberration. But even then, literally, that's our only game changer, Sonny. That's the only person we can look to. And I think we need to have a little bit more than that, personally. And what's staggered me is why he waited so long to bring on Winks. I mean, Dembele was clearly struggling. And I don't know why he didn't bring on Winks. Like I said, it seemed as if, I think because he trusted the team to sort itself out. against them in the Man United game, and they did successfully, they felt, well, I don't need to change anything. I'm gonna trust them to do that again. And I think the latitude he gave them this time was, I wouldn't say wrong. I just don't think it was. I think it was misplaced. They needed to make a change, and unfortunately, he didn't do that. And that's not a terrible thing. It's like, if against, let's say against United, he makes no changes and we lose 3-0. Let's say, well, why didn't he make any changes? But because he didn't make any changes, the team figured it out, and we won 3-0. They're like, oh, Pochettino's a genius. He left things alone. So you can't win. You know, you can't win or lose. So I just think, but that would be. I mean, like I said, I don't want to second guess the manager. He's probably the best manager I've had in my memory, best signing that I can ever remember us making. So, like I said, you know, hopefully in 2 weeks we play Liverpool at Wembley, and hopefully, you know, somebody will manage to do some judo to Salah or Mane or Firmino. You know, I'm more than happy to volunteer and do a bit of Haragoshi or, you know, Uchimata to an ankle pick.
Well, the thing was is that during that kind of period, I wasn't actually that worried about them troubling our defence, but now seeing how kind of we are so susceptible now to set pieces, which I didn't think we. Yeah, I knew we had a kind of an issue, but I didn't actually think it was all that much of a problem until I saw today, and the fact that two players who can have a standing start, not even running onto the ball, a standing start, and still get ahead of our defenders. That's kind of scary.
Well, Deeney wanted it more. Deeney, I don't know if it was Elton John promising him to take his kids out to a concert or anything like that, but Deeney really wanted that. And he worked really hard, and you could see that was a captain's innings there. He was motivating him. And I don't know if he missed. I mean, Harry was obviously the captain for the day. Hugo was injured, and I don't know whether, because obviously I don't want to blame Michel Vorm. I don't think it's unfair, because obviously I think Michel Vorm's come in and he's often proven to be a very capable, you know, goalkeeper. But it's about the communication between the goalkeeper telling the defenders, I want you here, I want you there, do this, do that, and the way that they all communicate together. I'm not saying Michel Vorm doesn't have that ability, but that's kind of timing, that kind of understanding, that implicit understanding, he's not going to have. As good as he is, I know he trains with him, blah, 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 but that level of understanding that he has, you know, that, say, Hugo has with his defenders, Vorm won't have, because he doesn't. Yeah. So I think it's just a perfect storm, and I'm not gonna take anything away from Watford. They took their chances, they merited their win. We got lucky with an own goal, and for me, like I said, I think, you know, we have to have a good look at ourselves and say, well, what went wrong? How can we fix it? I don't normally like international breaks, but luckily for us, it will hopefully allow some of our players who are on the injury list to try and get back to fitness. And those of our players who are on the international breaks, I'm hoping we give them the lasagna so they can't go on the international break. And, you know, we'll go from there. So hopefully, a few weeks' time, Liverpool, we'll see how that thing goes. I'm taking you'll be going to Liverpool?
I'll be going to Liverpool. I've got my tickets and my usual seat. So, that's the thing. I just want to see a reaction now. That's the main thing. I want to see a performance. Because it's arguable, we can arguably say that we haven't really seen that performance as such up until now. I know we won 3 games out of 4, but we haven't really played that well at all, and that's the thing.
We haven't been consistent for a game. For our whole game, we haven't dominated a whole game, been consistent for the 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. I'm thinking that for Liverpool, I just want to see that, or just like just a performance, and then hopefully that'll translate into a win. If we lose that one, then at least we put in the shift.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I can't even say that we put in the shift for today's game. That's the important part. But yes, Liverpool at home, I'll be there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was going to be going to. Like I said, when the Liverpool game was going to be the first game at the New Lane, I was trying to get a ticket, but now, I don't really fancy driving my car to to the Liverpool game. You know, I just don't like the idea of my car being around there. You know, but I don't know what you're laughing for. I mean, that's just plain racist. That is. I mean, it's probably true, but still, I'm not leaving my car around anywhere near Liverpool.
3,000 Liverpool fans there, yeah, nothing to be worried about.
Yeah, well, you say I'm not there with my bag nicked from fucking Weatherspoon, so I ain't taking any chances at all anywhere near that area. But no, by the way, if Weatherspoons do try to sue me, by the way, that shit did happen. I did report it. So yeah, no, enough of that. Yeah, like I said, no, like I said, hopefully, we can't really go much further than this. We won 3 out of 4 games. Harry Kane scored in August. We've got Champions League to look forward to, and more importantly, we're playing Watford again. Probably, I have no idea where. We know when, we just don't know the where. and I'm hoping we can put it right. I'm hoping that, like I said, we'll discuss that nearer the time, but I'm hoping we can put it right and go from there. So I think we've done a good 20 minutes here. Is there anything you want to add to the?
No, I think that's pretty much covered everything there. Really, it's very disappointing day. Very disappointing game. Very disappointing. Everyone's got plenty of equipment manager. It's hard to say why, considering Durant like everyone, but well, we've got another game to fix it now. We've got 2 weeks off now. We're going to have to work on ourselves really, and then come back against Liverpool and we'll see what happens.
Definitely. So, if you've enjoyed this episode of YouTube's for the Tottenham Hotspur supplement, please click on the bottom right and click the bell so you get subscribed. Please check out our Facebook site. That's facebook.com/Tottenham supplement. I believe, are we on Instagram or Twitter?
No, we're looking to do that very shortly, but yeah, we're going to get Twitter up and running. Instagram, we're still looking into that one.
Okay, and but in the meantime, can people reach out to you on Twitter?
They can reach out to me on Twitter. I am man_Mike_Chris.
Okay, and I am the real Shubon, and hopefully when this video is edited, you'll see our Twitter handles on the description page, and yeah, we'll go from there. And I thank you very much, Chris, and thank you to our viewers, and sorry for all the technical glitches that have happened, but now my printer's going on, so it's all happening today. Tech glitches all the way around. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of YouTube's for Tottenham Hotspur supplement.